chilly?
Yeah, it's cold out.
Struggling for questions for you.
For some reason,
Think of something.
for some reason, I think something's going to come to mind.
Maybe we'll just give you the floor and see what comes out.
I was trying to think of stuff I could ask you in the car on the way up, and I decided to ask you about Jack. I'm just curious as to, I know historically in sports, some guys have a number on teams. Jack has 19 goals in 24 career games against the Rangers.
Jack Hughes.
Hughes, yeah. Does he need a last name? Can I just say? But why do you think that is? You know, why do some guys just have success that explains success against certain teams? And can you plan again? Can you plan for that as a coach?
I don't know if I have a great answer for that, because I think, it could be different depending on who that player is and who their opponent is, or there could be different reasons for why certain players have success against certain teams versus others. I don't know that you can paint anyone with, I don't know that there's a common denominator, I guess, other than the fact that usually it involves good players. Right? So Jack's a good player. He's a dynamic offensive talent. And so he's also a guy that I think tends to play his best when the stakes are high. That's something that I experienced firsthand. So I think those are probably some of the bigger reasons. Jersey and the Rangers, they play in the same division. They both have history of being competitive teams. They play in high stakes environments. They're usually, rivalry games tend to be more emotional, and that brings out the best in players.
Well, we're talking league-wide stuff. We're working on some stuff for awards right now, and they wanted us to throw some questions at different coaches. Norris Trophy in particular is one that they're interested in, and just curious to hear what you consider as far as criteria. Do you think that points are overvalued, or do you think that it's important that a guy that's considered a Norris winner does have significant points? Like, what in your mind, if you think of a Norris Trophy winner, would meet the criteria or is important to consider in that conversation?
I think it's a defenseman's ability to have an impact on the game. So would an offensive impact be part of that criteria? For sure. But I don't think it's the only criteria. I think players have an impact on the game defensively also. So historically, the Norris has gone to defensemen that tend to have more of an offensive impact. That's been my observation. But I do think there are players that have an impact on both sides that give their teams the best chance to win. So, my criteria, I guess, might be different than what's actually being used. But having said that, I think it's, as part of it, without a doubt, the offensive impact is important. And so the one thing about offense is you can quantify it with points and assists. With points and goals. So, but I also think there are guys that drive offense but also have a defensive impact on the game that's significant, that helps teams have success.
Adam Fox is on a 5-game point streak right now, and I'm just wondering how he assessed the way that he's come off of his injury and just how he just assessed those goals.
Yeah, so I think Foxy's got better with every game he plays. He missed a fair amount of time, as you know, and so it's never an easy thing for players to assimilate right back into the lineup. And it takes, depending on how long guys are out, sometimes it takes a little bit longer for them to capture their very best game. I think he's getting better. His game is building. Foxy drives offense. He has great vision. He can move the puck. He transitions the puck. He helps us get out of our end. He's active on the offensive blue line. He's very good on the power play up top. He's excellent at getting pucks through from the offensive blue line, whether it be on the power play or 5-on-5. Troch's goal the other night is a perfect example. That sifter from the blue line, just getting it through. So Troch has an opportunity to get a stick on it, in the stack screen. So it's, those are his strengths. He's he drives offense in a lot of ways. He has good instincts there, and so I think his game is building. He's getting better with every game that he's played.
Euro had a couple of stints up here earlier in the year. I guess as you've seen him now this last stretch, what's different than maybe after he's had 6 games under his belt before he came back up, and just what have maybe made him a piece you want to keep in your lineup this time?
I think what's different this time on this call-up is his pace, not only his physical pace, but also how he's processing the game. I think as players, the more experience they get at the NHL level, the game tends to slow down in their mind. They can process the game in a more timely fashion. And as a result, they anticipate better. They make better decisions with the puck. They make better decisions without the puck as far as defensively, with stick detail, where to, how to take, close down a passing lane or things of that nature. So I think for all those reasons, I think the biggest observation I've had this time around is Yaro is playing the game with a lot more pace, both with how his anticipation skills, his recognition skills, and his physical foot speed, his ability to get on top of people and get on top of pucks, and he's using his size to his advantage. He's a physical guy. I mean, he's a big man, and he's strong, and he's hard to play against. And when he finishes checks, he can create anxiety. He can unnerve the opponent, and that's my observation of what we're watching now. Is part of it is his ability to get there, because he's doing a better job anticipating, and then I think he's picked up a step. I think he's faster in all the forms that I think is helping him have more success.
Wanted to ask briefly about Robertson. I know we've talked about him a lot as a guy who spent a lot of time in the minors and stuff. But what's he gotten so much better at over the course of this season? He started this season, he made your team, and he was your 7th guy at the beginning, and now he's a guy in common. So what's he gotten so much better at that allows him to be?
I just think he's processing the game better. I think it's the hardest position to play. I've said this to you guys, in my opinion, in the league, playing defense, because the reads are very difficult. A lot of times you have to react off of forward. Sometimes they're predictable, sometimes they're not. And if they make mistakes in front of you, you have to be able to react and make decisions accordingly. You're also the last line of defense before they get to our goalie. And so by nature of that, it's a difficult position to play. And experience, I think, is the best teacher. And so the more games you get under your belt, I think it helps players understand the position better. And then obviously we try to help them along the way as coaches with some film work, giving them repetitions in practice, trying to build some predictability around their game, trying to define their identity as a player and what the expectations are. And I think he's got a better understanding of all that because of it.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right.